What are the challenges of creating an MMO that will appeal to both the younger demo, but also the much older demo that still likes to play with Legos?
It's very challenging, and the way we approach the problem is by creating a layer structure. So there's different layers of gameplay, different layers of complexity, and if you don't really care about any of this, you just left click your way through the game. Sometimes you right click because it does something fancy or flashy, right? But that's it, and that's what you care about, right? If you care a bit more, then you start playing with combining different minifigure types in your team to bring a little bit of a builder minifigure with a defender minifigure with a striker minifigure, right? And then if you care more, then you start configuring your bricks to modify the characteristics of the minifigures in general, or you upgrade them in different ways. You choose which ones or which roles you like the most and which ones combo better, and then you focus on upgrading those minifigures in exclusion of the others. So there's plenty of depth there for you to explore. The thing is, it's available to you as you start caring about it, right? If you just want a good ride and play the game and see the content and just click your way through it, you can do that. If you want to create a super effective maximum crowd control combo with keep away abilities and escape properties, then you can do that as well.
Can you talk a little about the multiplayer experience and how you guys have geared that to multiple age levels as they play together?
So most of the game happens in these outdoor areas. In outdoor areas, everyone is free to come and go. Most of the areas in the game have level requirements. So if you're not high enough level, you cannot enter this area, and this is mostly to create a nice, smooth progression throughout the game. And some areas are focused for dungeon runs that are focused for 1 to 4 players, and they scale automatically with the number of players in them. So you can just run them alone if you want, or you can just get a group of friends and run them together. And the way you add friends to your friends list and you add people to your group is all integrated in this single GUI, where basically the main design paradigm there is the people you've played with. So if you are playing in the Isle of Jar, for example, is one of the Pirate World playfields, and you see someone, and you're just tagging along and killing the same monsters, smashing the same things, this person gets added to your kind of recently seen list, and then from there you can put them in your friends list if you want, right? So that's basically our main mechanism. That's the paradigm for it. If you play with me, then we can be friends. That's basically the idea.
Can you talk a little about some of the different worlds people will be able to explore at launch?
I can talk about 3 of them, and I can say there's more than those 3. But the 3 that I can talk about is the pirate world, which is a classic pirate kind of Caribbean Sea fantasy. There's good pirates that you want to be one of, and there's bad pirates that you want to defeat. And there's some kind of grudge going on between the good pirates and the bad pirates. But there's also what we call the jackets, which are basically Imperial Navy soldiers. And they have their forts, and they're also kind of like enemies in this area. Because we thought the fantasy of the pirate world should be to be a pirate, right? No one wants to be a Navy soldier, in that environment at least. And then there's ghosts and kind of mythological creatures as well. There's, of course, sea monsters, there's a kraken, as you saw in the presentation in the demo, right? And then we have the medieval world, which is a classic high fantasy medieval environment. There's knights, and there's kings and princesses, and there's enchanted forests with fairies, and like animated trees and things like that. There is, of course, troll, like an attacking warring troll kind of swarm. There's ogres, there's drakes and dragons and things like that. And then another one that I can talk about is the space setting, which is classic Lego space setting from when I was a kid, at least. And there you have all the things you would expect from a space setting. You have the good guys and you have the bad guys, and you have the aliens that are kind of mingling in between, and there's spaceships, and there's high-speed trains that go through space, and there's asteroids, and you can float in space and jump from asteroid to asteroid. There's lasers, plenty of lasers, lots of lasers, and bombs, and flying spaceships. This is everything you expect from a space setting. So.